Hello everybody, my name is Captain Canadia and welcome back everyone to the Kingdoms of Amalur. Now I say welcome back to Kingdoms of Amalur because for those of you who don't know or haven't been around on the channel, I actually was working on an Amalur series back when I had my 360 still. And that was called the Kingdoms of Amalur No Armor Challenge Run. And basically what that is I just wear clothes, simple clothes like this throughout the entire game, meaning that I am so much more susceptible to damage and I do not get item set bonuses because I'm just going to wear basic clothes. And the rules of that were the most armor I am allowed to have. The most armor I am allowed to have is this, which is a shield. I am allowed to upgrade my shield to make my blocking capabilities better, but that is about it. I'm not allowed to put on any boots, gloves, helmet, anything like that. I'm only allowed to use a shield. And now, ouch. Okay, and now we've had some. Okay, yes, but before I get into what I was about to say, I just want to say right now, this is the first episode of the Kingdoms of Amalur No Armor Redux series. Just like how Minecraft is getting itself redone with the 2 episodes it has up now, Amalur No Armor Run is also getting redone, starting with this episode. So this is a brand new character, obviously, because this is no longer on the Xbox 360, but instead on the PC version of Amalur with full, all the way turned up graphic settings, so it's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, new character, new system, and this character I just went ahead and completely skipped the little intro sequence inside of the tower because this game has been out for a while and I didn't want to make people watch through that again, especially considering if you've been on the channel for a while, you already saw it in the first video of the original series of this. So this is just my basic fresh out of the tower character. Right now we're actually inside the first little mini dungeon that you find right outside the tower. We came here to explore and loot stuff to find, sell and whatnot. So anyway, without further ado, we're just gonna jump right into this here and get on with the first episode of the redone Amalur No Armor series. And now this character, I will say this though, this character build is going to be the same as the one on the 360. He's going to be a rogue type with daggers and a bow, mostly using the bow as much as possible to keep enemies at a distance so that they can't close the distance and damage me because I have no armor whatsoever. So it's gonna hurt a lot if I get hit. Okay, yeah, we gotta dodge around these dudes here because these are kobolds. And kobolds are highly dangerous because, as you can see, they're actually quite tanky, and they also deal a lot of damage if they hit you too, especially if you have no armor, which I obviously don't, as the name of the challenge implies. Okay, that's one down. Come on, charge it up. Hit him. It's another one down. Switch over to daggers now just to get some better damage going on here. Okay, dodge out of the way. And boom, that one's down. to get this one. Come on, come on, come on. Charge shot. Okay. So for those of you who hadn't seen the original series, obviously, as you just saw, combat when you have no armor on is actually quite hectic. And the other thing that's not good about having no armor is that unless I get perks, I am not going to... Yeah. Unless I get perks, I'm not going to be able to have any health regen besides potions, because the only ways to get health regen in this game are from slotting stones into your armor that give you health regen, or by getting perk cards throughout the game that give you health regen. So sadly here I am not going to be able to have any health regen aside from what the perks give me. And the annoying thing is, perks are only given to you. Yeah, perks are only given to you by completing quests, and some of the quests to get the really good perks are rather what would be hard ones for someone who has no armor. Jeez, okay. And there we go. And also, as you can see, well, there's all things I can't use except for the repair kit, actually. But anyway, as you can also see, the lockpicking minigame in Amalur is extremely unforgiving. It doesn't even give you time to react, like the lockpick breaks as soon as you realize you're in the wrong direction. Which is sort of like just a little bit annoying, but you just kind of have to deal with it and learn how things work. Figure it out! Well, it was about to be one down already. Okay, gotta go daggers. Because I'm out of arrows for my bow. Oh, that was... And I'm low on mana, so I can't use my ability. Oh, there we go. Ow, ow. Oh, come on. Also gotta remember that I do have a shield I can use. Probably shouldn't be forgetting that. Because the shield is actually quite useful. Because if I can parry attacks, if I can parry them, it staggers them, knocks them backwards, meaning I can actually have some nice time to actually recover after getting attacked. Birch longbow, sturdy buckler. Okay, I might be able to use those things. Let's just see how good they are. Weapons, secondary. Where is it? Not as good because I have a scout's longbow. What about armor? Where's the birch buckler? 16. This is 11. This is, yep. The birch buckler. That's the wrong button. The birch buckler is in fact the better one. Anyway, onward we go. Continue on to get out of this little dungeon here. Gonna have a few more kobolds in here to deal with, but we shouldn't have any problems with it. Hopefully, spear. Crap. I hate it when that happens. I try to go push shift and accidentally push caps lock by accident. That's one of the most annoying things ever. Okay, that's one down. Oop. Block it. Now dodge. Get behind him. The oak. I hate the kobold savages. Like Like, normal kobolds are bad enough, but especially the savages, because they're a tougher tier of kobold, meaning that, again, I can't even use that, meaning that they can obviously take more damage and dish out more damage, and they have a tendency to throw their spears a whole lot more than the normal kobolds do. And a spear throw, honestly, is really the big thing you gotta look out for. Oh heck yeah, I'll take a static longbow any day. But yeah, the spear throw is what you really gotta look out for, because that spear throw will like seriously mess up your day if you're not paying attention and it nails you. Cause their spear throws are like their most like powerful attack. The only thing that's actually, I don't know if I'd say worse, but the only thing that's really as bad as their spear throw is they have a close range melee attack where it's like a series of like 3 or 4 hits that they chain together. And if they hit you with the first one, and then if you fail to block the first one, and they hit you with it, then they can just continually keep hitting you to their series of attacks is over, and it just drains your health. It's not even. Why did you wait to trigger that bear trap until after I was already lockpicking? That doesn't even make sense. I guess it's a good thing that we're going to be selling every single piece of armor that I found, because we're going to need that money. We're going to need it to buy potions and ingredients for potions, because health potions are going to in fact be extremely important, as you can probably tell, in a series where you have no armor, so therefore take a lot more damage. Speaking of ingredients, by the way, I shared this information in my last series that I was doing of this, but I'll share it again. Black Kohash and these things right here. Ember Eyes, I already farmed all the ones around here. But anyway, those things, Black Kohash and Ember Eyes, those are the 2 ingredients you need to make basic healing potions. So whenever you see those in the game, you should always make sure to actually harvest them, because healing potions are going to keep you alive through so many situations, even when you are wearing armor. And there's our buddy Agarth, our Fate Weaver friend, whose armor and I always loved, but was sad because I could never get. His sword too.
You've come from the tower, haven't you? Name's Agarth. Maybe you can help an old Fate Weaver, eh?
You sent me to find you. Although he did say you were in the village of Gorhart, which you in fact are not. You're outside of it.
Did he? Poor old Fomerus Hughes. He respected the way the world works. What a shame. He's probably dead by now.
What do you know about him, Agarth? Please inform me.
When he started his experiments here, he asked me if they'd ever be successful. The cards told me that the Well of Souls would work, but its success would come on the day that Hughes was to die. The old man took it pretty well, honestly, although we did a lot of drinking after that.
So basically, he didn't take it well. He just masked it very well, because he's like, I'm gonna die, that's fine. Hey, let's go get drinks.
I suppose I could spare a little help in memory of Hughes, or in celebration of his success. Whichever.
I forgot, what does he give me? Greater Legion potions. Yeah, Legion potions are good too. Because that way, you can just take a Legion potion before going into battle, and then not have to worry about drinking your actual health potions throughout battle. So it's pretty good.
You're the one. Then that means it all makes sense now. The cards this morning. I drew the Gravedigger, the Running Man, and the Beast. Prepare yourself. They're coming.
More Tuatha.
Let us feed the cycle.
disgusting.
That's what you think. Doesn't end for me, but it certainly ends for you, though.
Time for a drink.
Oh yes, and now here comes our introduction to Reckoning mode, aka pretty much God mode. Just turn all of you into pin cushions.
Bleed, mortal.
Now watch this. Alright, what button is it gonna have me push? What button? What button? What button? Mouse one. Okay, click, 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 click. Dang it. I was trying to get the full 100, but I only got 75. Oh well. And now Agarth is gonna be all like, oh my goodness, how did you do that? Although before he comes over to me, I'm gonna try to just run around and harvest all these ingredients before he catches up to me. Get. Okay, run past him. Keep running past him. Get the black cosh. This is just like in Skyrim, where Irileth, the house Carl and White One, tries to stop you from talking to the Jarl. But if you literally just like skirt around like the dining tables and stuff out there, you can literally keep her from getting to you and talking to you, and it's actually really hilarious.
What? How? What are you? The threads of fate. I've seen them before, but I've never seen anyone manipulate them like that. You just changed how the world was supposed to work. How did you do that?
I just did it, man. My second time doing it too.
Fate is the will of the gods. No mortal should be able to change it. How is that even possible? Come here. I'm going to do a reading. You might be able to change the threads, but fate will still have a plan for you. I promise not to tell you if I see your death. That would be my guess. He was an academic, but he had a proper respect for fate's plan, unlike most gnomes.
Fine then. Show me my fate.
You're nervous. Relax. This is what fate weavers do. I'll be seeing your place in the pattern of destiny. Who you are, what you've done, where your path takes you. Or, at least, I should be. You're real, right? I swear I haven't had that much.
And this is where things get interesting, because this is where we realize that I have no fate, because I am, as what the game calls me, the Fateless One.
Fate's weave is always hard to see. It's in motion, hard to make out, but undeniably there. Yours is just missing. This doesn't make sense.
I'm the Fateless One.
All mortal creatures have a place in the pattern.
Nope.
You should have one too,
Nope.
dead or not.
Nope.
If this is true, and I'm not saying I believe it, then your path is yours to determine.
Dang right it is. Alright. Range attack damage, resistance while dodging. You see, even if I wasn't doing a rogue, this might be a good one to choose anyway, just for this build, because it gives me resistance while dodging, meaning that if something hits me when I'm dodging, I take less damage. So that's already a good one. So I'm gonna go with rogue. And then confirm. What does this mean, my good man?
It could mean nothing, or it could mean everything. The world is changing. You might be a sign of that, or maybe the cause. I've never had a reason to doubt my own readings, but we should consult with Arden. He's not a friend, but he's got a good eye for the tapestry. I'll meet you at his home to the east. I'm going to see if I can be of any help to the wounded at the tower.
Bye bye.
What could this all mean?
And then this right here is the point where the world finally starts to open up. Because honestly, at this point, you really don't have to go straight to Arden's hut. Because there's a whole crap ton of quests between you and his hut that you can choose to do before you even get there. Which honestly is what I always do, because I just love doing lots and lots of quests. I've always been the type of person that likes to do side quests before main quests, simply because it gives more XP, therefore meaning you can get more skills and better things and whatnot. So that way you can be more prepared for the main quest. Gonna loot this chest. All things I can't use again. Nice. And this right here is what's called a lore stone. These like tell little interesting stories about the area, and I believe there's actually like an achievement for finding all of them, which I still have never even gotten, even back on the 360 when I had it, even though I had multiple characters and whatnot.
Of all the songs in halls of lore, there echoes none more grand than Olane's many feats of might, the pure and lady of the light. She is a knight of golden knot. She is the cure seeker, the conscience of the summer fae. She is the heart of spring, of day.
Yeah, see, that was just a little... That one wasn't so much actual lore about the area, so much as it was just a little... like, poem type thing that was written by the Fae about their legends of the area. Still pretty interesting, though. And welcome to Gorhart, everybody. The first...
Everyone just stand back. The warden can't work when you're crowding so close. Go back to your business. Go on.
Yeah, but anyway, as I was saying, this is Gorhart, the first little village you actually come to. And this is where, before you even set off on all of your grand adventures, this is where you're going to want to stock up on things and whatnot before you even head out, because this is the first big spot. Main is like, there's like a tavern right there, there's a blacksmith, there's an alchemy shop. You can just buy a whole bunch of things and stock up before you even go anywhere. And then like here is... Well, first I'm going to smash all these boxes before I keep talking. Anyway, as I was saying, then this thing right here is the DLC delivery chest. It literally just has a whole crap ton of starter armor and weapon sets that you can use throughout the early little bits of the game. But oh crap. Well, actually, we don't have enough inventory space. What we're gonna have to do is we're going to come over here to Golden Age Alchemy. Speak to this non-Henry.
Do you feel nauseous? Itchy? Have you noticed any blood leaking from your eye sockets? I've been noticing the symptoms everywhere. No, this situation could not be any worse. If the Red Legion is involved, then we could all be staring death in the face. What have I done?
I'm sorry, what symptoms are you speaking of?
Why ask questions when you could never understand the answers? It's clear your prowess is not with wit, but with a weapon. If you must know, something of value has been stolen. An alchemical formula that, if released, could cause untold devastation. I see its symptoms everywhere. Only my apprentice, Karth, and I knew of my work on the formula, but he's gone missing as well.
Alright, I'll help you, since you're my first little actual quest that I've gotten coming out of the prologue.
I do not deserve such goodwill after what I've engineered. If disaster occurs in Odorath, it will be on my head. I'm not sure where Karth may have gone, but I knew that before he came to me, he found shelter in the ancient chambers of Agnurfar Hall, an Irathi ruin east of Gorhart. Once you've ensured Karth's safety, you must learn what's happened to my formula. When you do, destroy it. It's the only way to keep us safe.
Alright then, so yeah, she created some sort of sickness thing. And basically her partner stole it. Spoiler alert, he stole it. So I have to go kill him and get it back. But anyway, that's not what we're here about. We are here about buying. Actually, first let's sell everything so we can see what kind of money we're working with here. I should have just put it all into junk and I could have sold all my junk. Oh well. Just keep clicking on everything here. There's a lot of stuff here to sell. Which is actually really good. This is the only upside to not wearing armor. Is that literally you can sell every piece that you find. And some of the more legendary armor types are worth like so much money. So when you like actually sell them, they're worth like so much. Anyway, yes, now we have almost 9,000 gold. We're gonna come here, buy all of your minor healing potions, every single one of them, and also all of the mana potions. And as you can tell, those were very expensive because we now only have 63 gold left. But
Goodbye.
it was worth it. Totally worth it because now we have 28 of both healing and mana potions. And also the good news is if we just come down here, there is an alchemy station and we can experiment with Ember Eyes, Black Kohash, minor healing potion discovered. So we can just go back, go to create, minor healing potion. Sadly though, we only had enough to make one of them. Well, actually two of them, because we experimented and it actually creates the potion when you experiment as well. But anyway, only had enough to really actually make one of them. Okay, is anyone around here? Yep, the guard is right there. So we need to wait for the guard to go away. Because once he turns around and his eye starts to fade, meaning he can't see me, what we're going to do is we're going to rob this desk. Because this desk actually has a quest item in it that we can steal from her. Otherwise, we will need to buy it. And it's really expensive. And the said quest item in question is that greater healing potion, because we need to give that to someone at some point to try to heal them because they are mortally wounded. And yeah, alright, now we're also going to lockpick the chest, hurry before the dude comes downstairs. There we go, there we go. Cloudy ice shard. Smash the boxes too.
Herc doesn't like loafers.
Herc? Who the heck is Herc? Oh, Herc Agworld, the he's like the mayor of this town or whatever the heck he is. Alright, now we're also going to come upstairs. And we're going to loot her dresser. Because she has different clothes for us to wear that actually look decent. Like a hat. And some peasant's trousers. So there we go. We actually have a hat now. And some better pants, I guess. Okay, so actually I'm gonna reiterate here how things work. With this, basically, this isn't like Fallout or Elder Scrolls where things can literally have a 0 armor rating. Things in this game always have at least an armor rating of 1. So basically how the rules of this game work is that I am not allowed to put on anything that has a higher armor rating than what my default stuff started out with. Which I believe when it was fully repaired was like 5 or 6. So I am not allowed to put on any item of clothing that gives me more than 6 armor rating, which is what that little shield is right there. So yeah, I'm not allowed to put on anything that's greater than 6. Only thing that's allowed to be greater than 6 is my shield, because as I said, I am allowed to upgrade my shield, just not my clothes. So that's how that works. Anyway, now that we got these better clothes, we can go back downstairs. And we're going to go out here and loot the rest.
Don't start any trouble.
I won't be quiet. We're gonna loot the rest of the stuff out of the deliveries chest. And then we're actually going to equip things that were some of the things that were in it. Like for instance these daggers. Because they're kind of cool looking and they're also better. Then we have back secondary. We have the hunter, which is poison damage and critical hits as well as 10 and 4. It's actually 2 less. Damage value than the static longbow. But however, this also gives us critical chance. So I mean it's certainly an interesting thing to consider, although also instead of these daggers, which is critical hit damage and damage at night, we also have Feyblades, which are actually 3 damage higher and more physical, and we can steal health and do more physical damage. So I'm actually going to equip those because Feyblades are also a rogue type weapon, not just daggers, and these have better stats. Yeah, that's the... Actually, wait, hold up, I forgot there's shields as well that we can look at. Here we have the moon. This is 16. Yeah, see, this is what I meant. This is what I meant though by you can only really use this stuff in the early parts of the game. Because this basic sturdy buckler that I found inside of a dungeon is already better than both of these. Like, it has 16 armor rating and gives me 5 extra armor. This one gives me health and critical hit damage, but look at that, the armor rating is like significantly worse. However, this one, only 1 less. It gives me extra mana, blocks more damage, gives me more physical damage and elemental resistance. So actually, I am going to equip that simply because it is only 1 less damage resistance value and it gives me better stats. Anyway, now that that's out of the way though, we're going to come to the blacksmith shop.
Welcome to Gorhart. The last goodbye.
Actually, hold up. We're gonna make this easier on ourselves. Weapons. Add to junk. Add to junk. We're literally just going to add all of this to junk. So that way we can just sell all of our junk inventory and not have to individually click on every single thing.
What do you need?
So we're gonna go shop, sell all junk. That gives us almost 4,000 gold again, meaning that I don't think I can buy the backpack still yet though, you know, because the backpack is 7,500. But although she does have 8 black kohash, which is, as I said before, an ingredient for health potions, she also has lockpicks, so just buy all of those.
Come see me again.
And as of right now, that's all we can actually do here. I mean, unless of course we can make some weapons, which we cannot. So sadly, that kind of stinks. But we do have blacksmithing supplies here, so we can actually take those because that's not illegal. That one's illegal, but smithing supplies wasn't. Can we make anything now? Oh, we can try to make a set of daggers, but our smithing skill is nowhere near as good as it should be. So all it would make is these so we can confirm crafting. Let's call them flame daggers. I know, real original. So there we go. We made some flame daggers, which I actually think is already better than the Fey blades we picked up. Yep. At least the damage value is 19 damage value compared to 13. 6 and 6, 8 and 5, so the physical is better. 4 for fire, 3 burning over 5. Steel health and actual straight up physical damage. You know what? Those daggers have a better damage value, but I'm still actually just gonna sell them. Cause sometimes...
Care to part with some gold? Goodbye.
Crap.
Care to part with some gold?
Because sometimes how this game works is even if something has a higher base damage rating, you still want to sell it if its magical stats aren't as good. Because magical stats lots of times can actually come even more in handy than the actual damage value does.
I don't care what you race. It's a tragedy whenever anyone's savage like this. Just look at the poor creature. She's been beaten to the brink of death. The Fae may be strange, but they certainly don't deserve this. It appears she was attacked with some manner of short blade, likely a dagger, although there's no way I can be sure. People simply stood by as she called for help. No one lifted a finger. Can you imagine? It's shameful to treat another in such a way, even if she is a Fae. I don't know whether we possess the knowledge to treat such a wound. Frankly, I don't even know if I could save a mortal with such grievous wounds.
See, here's the thing though. He said people were just standing around doing nothing as she was calling out for help. If you knew what was happening, then why didn't you help? Because you were complaining about no one else helping, but if you were standing right there, obviously you knew what was going on, so you could have helped. Just saying.
Well, you're the only one. With all the troubles we've suffered in this village, people are weary of adversity. They'd rather just ignore it. I'm going to suggest something a bit... untraditional. There's a Fae named Eri. She spends her days up on the hill overlooking the village. Seek her wisdom. I would do it, but... I am a coward. That's the truth. Perhaps a Fae will know how to heal a Fae. If not, then we're back where we started. Hope
Okay,
you stay
then.
in town.
Goodbye then. And now we should also come over here. Cause this person, oh sorry, not in the graveyard. She's not there yet. That's a quest for a later time. This guy up here has a quest for us though.
Welcome to St. Odwig's perpetual mission. I would invite you in, but the Order has been too trusting in the past. We try to learn from our mistakes. Although, one never knows what might be a test of faith. You have arrived just when I am in need of aid. So perhaps Mitharu is at work.
What do you need?
We at St. Odwig's have worked for years to establish a presence on this hill. It's not been without its challenges. The call of the Feylands does not fall upon deaf ears, and many of our youngest don't have the will to resist. Take Brother Egan, for example. 2 nights ago, Egan ventured past the walls to collect firewood and never returned. We must find him before anything happens.
I got you, dude.
Mitharu be praised. His order reigns supreme. Brother Egan was last seen northeast of here, just off the road near the Fey ruins. Please find him. Perhaps then we can welcome you into the fold with open arms. May Mitharu protect you.
Yep. So those are those basic quests. Now if we head into here, we can pick up yet another quest by talking to Ost.
Times are hard, but hard times can pay if you're willing to take risks. If you have the sword and stomach for this sort of work, we could use another strong arm among the warsworn.
Love how my character's not even looking him in the face. He's like looking at us talking, and my dude just over here staring off on the other side like, huh? Yeah, I'm listening. Cool story.
Some may try to colour it with fancy words, but we're warriors for hire, the best in these lands. You'll find those who have taken the oath are held
And now
in
I decide to
highest
look at him.
respect all over Amalur.
Oh, Joyan.
You could head straight to Shieldring Keep and pledge your sword. Might work, but a commendation from me would carry a lot of weight. To earn it, you must do something commendable. There are two brothers, scoundrels of the Red Legion, named Osgar and Medgar Krast. Bring me proof you've dealt with them. I'll pay in coin and my good word. Right then.
So that's the first little quest for the Warsworn. They get picked up right there. And also, in case you ever come into here and you're wounded or anything like that, this chick right here, Katrine Owley, she is a healer. She can heal like basic injuries and lift curses and other things like that, in case you ever just want to let you guys know that in case you ever stop by Gorhart and you need medical attention and whatnot. Anyway, though, let's head out.
Faye, in Gorhart. It isn't right.
Let's head out into here. Let's pull up our quest log here. Oh yes, Teeth of Neros and Legend of Dead Kel. Those are the two big DLCs for the game. So yeah, we're actually going to do Recipe for Trouble as the first quest, simply because the ruins that she was talking about that he went to are literally just right over here. Make sure to harvest these Ember Eyes as we're going along though. And right here we got some Boggarts. Boggarts are literally one of the most annoying enemies in this game. They're like... Boggarts are like the enemy type that like you see them and you know they're not necessarily dangerous, but you still hate having to deal with them because they're so annoying. Because they all just like swarm around you and just like start beating on you with like their little tiny amounts of damage they do. But I mean, even that, it like stacks up after a while. So like it starts to add up if you just get surrounded by a whole big massive group of them. So Boggarts are not fun. But anyway, we have a chest here. We can pick the lock. That's not gonna make it. There we go, that is though. What do we have? A birch longbow, gold coins, and a protection shard. Protection shards are useless for me because I was just slotted into armor, but whatever. But here's another lore stone, by the way.
I don't know what the Fae say about these stones is true, but if it is, well, this is just too good to not save forever. Lystrom was out of town when Artol was visiting. Now, Lystrom doesn't know Artol, and Artol is older and strange. She could be mistaken for a fate weaver. So, when Lystrom came back to town, here was Artol the Oracular. I said to Lystrom, I hear her readings are amazing. You should go. Oh my, you should have seen it. A rooster, she said, will change into a man, and this man will become your lover. He will provide for you, and he will make you laugh, and he will make your life exciting and easier. But, and this is something you can never forget, he must never eat chicken. And once in a while, he will need to peck at things on the ground, and every morning at the break of dawn, you'll hear a loud cry from him.
So yeah, that was another one of the lore stones that once again isn't really lore about the area. It's just that this one random villager, she figured out how the lore stones actually work and record things that they hear. So she just told like some really stupid story into it basically and just wasted it. But you know, that's besides the point, I guess. But actually, we're actually gonna go over here into sorcery and put one of our things into sorcery actually, because Stormbolt, if we requires 5, yeah, we're actually going to put 2 into there, because then when we level up next time we can put 2 more into there. Then at 5 points in that, this makes it so that our abilities use less mana, which is good for all around, because Might, Finesse, and Sorcery characters all use mana for their abilities, so that's actually a really good thing to go for, even if you're not playing as a mage. But then our other thing we're going for, we're going to put it into Stealth. We're going to confirm. We can still only be a rogue because we haven't gotten necessary stats yet to go on to the next tiers. So there we go. And that is that. But I am going to say though, I think I'm actually going to call it a part here, and we'll actually go into these ruins in the next episode. But in the meantime, thank you everyone so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please make sure to hit the like button down below. And thank you so much for watching. I've been Captain Canadia, and this has been Kingdoms of Amalur No Armor Challenge Redux. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.